Okay, guess what? ChatGPT asked me to build Kai, a sea creature. So let's see how I hold up.
I have literally no idea on how I'm supposed to build this. So I decided to start with something. The head. And there was my final head. And so here's my very simple head. You just can, open and close the mouth, as well as, there's a little rocky pattern with scales here. Same on the underside too. And it's really simple. I also put a ball joint here for when I want to connect the neck. For the body, I did some building off screen here, but here's what we have. At the very top of Kai's swamp creature, I have a ball joint to connect with the head, and maybe a neck part if I can make that. I also put some ball joints on the sides for the hands, as well as some other ball joints for the back legs, as well as the tail. For this part of the build, I actually used these black Technique pieces and wedged them between two Lego bricks so that I can sort of create that upside down feeling and, use this piece on the other underside instead of the upper side. For the fin, I created a pretty simple design. Pretty much this had a little scale on it, and then I clicked on one of these fin pieces and put this little hand part or that finger part just for it to grab things. Then I attached this black and blue parts, Technique parts, just to add another fin to it. To that fin, I added a little nail so it looks good. And here we have two of them. After that, I started working on the neck for this creature. For the back legs, I decided to do a little bit more different design than I did with the front ones. I actually sort of made it a 2x4 flat with a 2x4 brick on it, and then I put the toes sort of in a slanted position right under it. Here we have the tail, and it's actually really simple. I just made this and put a golden fin at the end so it can move underwater. And ta-da! Here's Kai's amphibian sea creature. Honestly, I think this was kind of lacking in terms of, a saddle and ropes. So I just decided to add some ropes to the head, as well as a saddle that you can easily place a minifigure on, and that can hold swords too. And now this creature is ready for Kai to ride it. And here we have Kai riding it. But this isn't it yet. We still have more to build. The next build was Zane's boat. To do this, I simply took a bow piece and started playing around with it. Welcome to building the worst Lego boat ever. First, I tried to make this motor and put it in there. It's white for Zane. And then I also used this electricity piece to show water coming out of it, or just it pushing its way. And then I also made these really weird looking pieces, and they're just lights, and they're on the sides just to add a little bit more decoration. At the very end, I used the arrow piece as well as some white trans pieces to make it feel like it's light. So here's the stupid looking boat. It's really simple. It can actually hold both figures and their armor plates, so that's pretty good. Here's a small build. Fortunately, this is going to look much better than the other one. Here I just placed a bunch of rocks to create a rocky structure. I also made this sort of amulet staff because apparently the set wants me to make it an amulet. So I finished the rock build, and I also added a little crab to add, sort of swampy feeling. No, crabs aren't on the swamp, but no one cares. And then so I just added a bunch of rocks. And yeah, that's it. Since I had a bunch of extras for these, I actually added these little red things so you can move it around, and so the boat has them too. So that's nice. I also finished this skull gaming figure, just has fish. I guess it's a swamp. And then he has a knife. In the swamp, the skeleton is trying to find the amulet. Zane comes and tries to stop him in his motorboat. But the skulkin has gone the amulet. Suit up Kai in his new amphibian swamp creature. And destroy the skulkin. This would probably be a set that would sell from somewhere to $20 to $30. Here we have Kai's sea amphibian creature that can literally do nothing but open and close its mouth, see a rider, wiggle its tail, move its legs and hands, as well as its neck. And a little mini boat for Zane, because I don't know if he's ever gotten a boat. And finally a rock swamp thingy with an amulet. Would you buy this set? Also, I thought it would be great to include your hair pieces because you can leave them right there, or equip them on your minifigures.